Hello, Nick here with Innovative Knowledge, and I'm going to be showing you around the 2009 Mastering Series of educational software from Weekly Reader. After watching this video, you and your students should be up and running, taking full advantage of all the great new features the 2009 version has to offer. This video covers the elementary school, middle school, and high school versions of the Mastering Series, so depending on the grade level you purchased, your menu may look different and will have different titles in the right-hand menu available to you. Well, I know we're all eager to start learning, so let's begin our tour with the main menu. You see here on the right hand side, we have this scrolling menu. In here is where you'll find all of the titles included in your Weekly Reader Mastering Series suite. All of the titles that first load up in here are for the Mac and PC operating systems. And whether you're on a Mac OS, Windows Vista, or Windows XP, each title will run and look very similar. For this tour, we'll be on the Mac OS X. Now that we know where to find our titles, we can go down here to the tabs. You'll see the top tab is the one loaded already, which is the Mac and PC titles. The middle tab is the iPod compatible tab, which will load up titles that are compatible for the Apple iPod. Clicking on this tab will load up all the iPod titles on this disk. You'll see them all come up right here on the right hand menu. The bottom tab is the Tests and More tab, where you will find just that. Printable tests and workbooks, as well as audiobooks for listening to the audio-only version of some of the titles. This is also where you will find Progress Report, which keeps track of progress being made within compatible titles. Let's take a look at one of the types of titles that is compatible with Progress Report right now by going back to the Mac and PC Titles tab. You will see here at the top we have a group of learning system titles, from science to history and literature. All of these titles run using a multi-sensory engine developed exclusively for the Weekly Reader learning system. Only these titles that use this interface will keep track of themselves in Progress Report. Let's click one here and take a look at how it works. As you can see here, after the introduction, we have many options available to us. But the first things you will notice is the main display located here and the information box located down here. When loading up a presentation, you will see either pictures or video displayed up in the screen, as well as text down here. You will also hear all of the text you see in this box from your speakers. This is a great example of the multisensory approach to learning, because some students learn better by reading, and others by listening, some by seeing examples like above. Each title comes equipped with a built-in Merriam-Webster dictionary and concise encyclopedia to help you along in your learning. I'll show an example of that soon. As the presentation progresses automatically, the text will change as the narration is read aloud. The picture or video will also change in the display above. In between here, you see the playback controls, including the play/pause button, stop, skip page forward and backwards, the skip chapter forward and backwards, and over here on the right hand side you'll find the rest of your controls. Zoom will zoom in on the picture currently being shown. Search will allow you to do a search of either the dictionary, encyclopedia, or the presentation. This is a great tool if you can't remember where you saw something the last time you watched this interactive presentation. The quiz button allows you to practice the questions included in the title, and the test button is the real thing. The results are recorded in Progress Report. We'll take a look at this in a second. The volume button adjusts the level of the narration and music being heard. The print button will print the current picture and text in the boxes on the left. And finally, the dictionary and encyclopedia buttons will bring up their respective databases for quick access. You probably noticed the color words on the left here. Clicking on a colored word will bring up either the dictionary if the word is green, or the encyclopedia if the word is blue. This is a great feature to allow you quick access to definitions and explanations of what's going on in the presentation. A very cool feature. You can also use the tabs here on the right to navigate through the title and access the table of contents, save the text from the presentation in a text file, or even find out how to get a hold of us if you have any technical problems. Let's take a look at the quiz and tests again. Clicking on the test button brings up a window giving us a selection of tests for the title we are watching. We can choose just one specific chapter to be tested on, or the entire set by clicking on the first one at the top. Remember that this test is being kept track of, so if you think you want to do a practice version of these questions, click the quiz button instead. In the quiz section, you can not only practice the questions, but it will also tell you why your answers were either correct or incorrect when you are taking the quiz. It is a fantastic way to hone your knowledge of the titles, as well as sharpen your memory and understanding of the subject. So now that we know the difference between the quiz and test button, let's begin by choosing a section. And then we click Start and take a look at the test screen. All of the tests are multiple choice, and will have from either 2 to 6 answers depending on the question. You will see the question up at the top here, and if there's related media to the question, you will find it here on the right side. You then choose your answer to the question by clicking the letter next to what you think is the right choice. When you select your answer, the current question will be replaced by the next question in the test. You can use the buttons down here to either zoom into the picture if available, go back to the prior question to review or change your answer, and if you're having trouble on a question, you can click the Next button to skip ahead one question. At any time during the test, you can click the Exit button to leave the test. But beware that this test is being recorded, and leaving before you finish doesn't change that. It will record your score and the time for the test as it is when you quit. Remember, if you want to just practice, use the quiz mode instead. So, now that we've finished our test on Chapter 1, as we click the last answer, we're taken to our immediate results page. Here you will not only be able to see how many correct answers out of the questions you got, but also what answer you chose, what was the correct answer, and how much time you spent on each individual answer. This is a great assessment tool to use to help find where you need more work for the title. From here you can either hit close, or you can print out this results page to keep and show as a report card for your accomplishment. After we're done taking a look at our scores, we can close this out and go back to our learning system title. Then just hit the X up here to close out your viewing of the presentation.